if you meet me for dinner, even if we're going to like a fancy place, you'll still see me barefaced. That's usually how I am. The fact that an Ahmed Khan can think that I can murder a person trying to invade a house, and a Tony Da can think I can play Sakshi, that feels really good. Without realizing, start thinking about a red carpet as much as you're thinking about your prep for your character, which is in the long run not a good thing. They just remind you that the craft is everything. Anushka Sharma, always and always. Since day zero. Yeah, I have been her biggest fan and continue to be.
She's got the perfect professional and personal life.
Absolutely. And like, there's just so much I feel like when I hear her, I'm like...
Hello everyone, this is Aina. Welcome to Instant Bollywood. Today I'm in conversation with Sanjana Sanghi. I've just watched her performance in Kadak Singh and I think I'm going to congratulate you for all the love that you're getting for that film and how this year has been, the last year has been for you. It's been a fruitful year. So I want to start off by asking you that when I'm watching you in films now, the kind of roles that you're kind of opting for, I feel like for an actor, vanity is a huge part of whatever role they are playing. Especially in Kadak Singh, there are scenes where you're completely without makeup, looking the most raw side of yourself. Have you kind of made peace with the fact that, you know, there are going to be roles and there are going to be situations where I am going to not require makeup? Because even Dil Bechara was a very... and that was like the beginning of your career. But not everyone comes with that attitude. How did that kind of...
Now that you point it out, I think about it, but it's something that doesn't play on my mind in the sense of, if you tell me that I have to spend 5 minutes in the hair and makeup chair, but I have to spend 20 days on prepping for a character, I will be the happiest person in the world. Because I genuinely think that vulnerability and that innocence that comes out when you can just let yourself be in front of the camera. Of course, given if the character and the story needs it. Like I also did an Om, which is an action film and it needs the blow-dried hair and the makeup. But these worlds and these characters, Sakshi in Kadak Singh, for example, she's every 21-year-old girl in a big city from a middle-class family trying to find her joy in that as an actor.
So you're not conscious about like, oh, I don't have makeup on my face, and
I don't feel conscious. And honestly, I like anyone who knows me since I was a little baby, that's never been me. If you give me a choice, I will just be my most natural self. And now as I'm evolving and growing up even as an actor, I'm enjoying this also. But it's not naturally me.
You like being yourself in the best way possible.
If you meet me for dinner, even if we're going to like a fancy place, you'll still see me barefaced. That's usually how I am.
Are you being conscious with the kind of roles you're going for, especially because when I see your filmography, it's one is here, the other it is here. So let's say if you like a script, but it's very similar to the kind of work you've done in the past, does that stop you that, okay, this might not be versatile, but the role is good? It's a tricky space to be in.
I think I naturally like subconsciously reject repetition. You know what I'm saying? Like if I get a call from a filmmaker or a script gets sent over that remotely feels similar to what I'm doing at that point or have done, I don't gravitate towards it. And maybe that's why naturally these 4 films that I've led up till now have been vastly different from each other. And it's also such a nice feeling when people don't box you. You know, the fact that an Ahmed Khan can think that I can murder a person trying to invade a house, and a Tony Da can think I can play Sakshi, that feels really good as an actor.
You get more versatile and people also recognize you that way, so for sure. When I met Ratna Pathak ma'am or when I meet Pankaj sir, I meet them for those brief 20 to 30 minutes and you feel that sense of seniority and that sense of intimidation. As an actor who has started off and you're working with people who are so good at their work, how does it shape you as an actor, and does it in any way?
So much. So much. I mean, it's both a strength and weakness, I think, for me, but I am literally like a sponge. Like even in school and college, the energy I would have around me, I would become that, you know, and I continue to be that way. This past year that I've spent first for 3 months in the mountains with Ratna ma'am, and then through Karak Singh in prep, and then on shoot with Pankaj sir. You know, they are masters of the craft, of course. It's so important to remember as a young actor, because sometimes the showbiz aspect of it kind of distracts us, or it can. You can, without realizing, start thinking about a red carpet as much as you're thinking about your prep for your character, which is in the long run not a good thing. They just remind you that the craft is everything. It is what you do in front of the camera, the tools you hone as an actor, sharpen those tools, you know, like we often feel like acting hai, ho jayegi. But after talking to them, you realize it's a science, it's a skill, it's an art, and they've spent years honing it.
True.
And now, even though they're declared legends, they continue to. Like Pankaj sir, for Karak Singh, for example, I was really scared that sir's doing so many films. Will he even have time to spend with me to prep? Because Sakshi and Karak Singh really needed to spend time. And he, at our first reading only, he said, Sanjana, 10 din hai. I was like, sir, aapke liye to kitne bhi din hai? He's like, 10 din ke liye give me 5 hours every day. I am going to be calling someone over from another city who is going to shape you in a way that you don't even know as an actor. And he called Prasanna sir, who was Irfan Saab and Pankaj sir's head of department at the National School of Drama, over from his hometown to his house in Mud Island. And Pankaj sir and I, for 10 days, workshopped and trained under Prasanna Guru. And those 10 days, I mean, they were like a master's and PhD for me in acting. I completely felt opened up. It felt like my entire kind of worldview had changed. And I knew how rare an opportunity that is, because Prasanna sir doesn't do this anymore. So to see Pankaj sir still do that, the learning never stops, basically.
Your performance was so appreciated. And also before that, like, Om probably did not live up to the expectations that the team had. But do you feel when your performance is appreciated, kind of compensates for anything, like your box office numbers or whatever? Like the minute, even though it's an OTT release, when you hear about your performance mainly, nothing else matters, not the numbers, not anything else? Or are you like, okay, I want the film also to be loved as much as my performances?
I think nothing feels as good as a film that is widely watched and loved, I'll be honest. Like, I don't think there's any point, you know, beating around the bush with that. It only feels potent when everyone that you can imagine has engaged with the film, and you ultimately do it for people to see it. But I remember feeling so bad when Om, you know, people didn't go to the theaters. Even though it was whatever, the pandemic was still just wearing off. It was not a good time. My logical mind understands that. But your heart still feels bad.
Of course.
So when, you know, Dhak Dhak and Karak Singh kind of stay on a number one on a platform for so many days, you know that people are really engaging with the film, which is... And you can feel it. You can feel it.
That's absolutely gratifying, I'm sure.
As long as you're happy. That's the most important part, which sometimes we all are, sometimes we aren't. Which is
fair, which is life.
Which is life.
You know, whenever I see you in the media, the one question that always comes is, there's this whole lot and generation of actors who are coming in, who are fairly new also. But I haven't seen you come out of a party or be papped out of a party or, like, you know, have a celebrity gang. Is that somewhere a conscious decision that I want to stay away from this? Or maybe you haven't crossed paths with them, or how does it work? Like, what is
you have stolen my publicist's question out of your heart.
Really?
It's not a conscious decision at all. I think I've always been a nice, sneaky human being. Even when I was growing up, my parents would never get to know how late I came back from where. And I've successfully continued to remain sneaky in that
way.
From the media also. I have my share of fun, of course I do. But also the celebrity gang or not bit is, it's about who you cross paths with. Like you said, you know, Mumbai is a new city for me. I have a very wholesome and amazing group of friends. I've never thought of it from who's a celebrity in that versus not, because that's just not how one thinks. And today there are so many who are celebrities who I've, by virtue of sometimes growing up with, like an Adarsh, or by virtue of chance and luck, like Babil or like Tara. They're my best friends, and it's because of different emotions get us together. We're all from very different places, and you know.
But again, we don't see you like you said.
Because we'll never. I was with them. In fact, we were together day before night, but we will never ever call the paps. We don't. And I think, I don't know, it's not a...
But don't you think that's important somewhere to kind of...
Is it?
As an actor, I would like to... Because, you know, we see this whole gang coming out of, say, a Bastille, you know, and we're like, oh, this one, and then you get talked about.
No.
The entire point is to get talked about. So do you feel like you're kind of purposely staying away? Like, when I speak to Sonakshi Sinha, she says, I don't care.
My motivation to come to be an actor wasn't to be talked about in that way.
Fair.
It was for my work to be recognized. So will I put my heart and soul into ensuring that? Yes. I do worry that these things could become distractions. I do, because they very easily can become. And we don't have the luxury to be distracted also at all. You know, I feel like it's like soldier work every day. You have to wake up with 100% focus and do that. But that being said, like, you never know. I don't have any rules really. If tomorrow I do get papped by chance, even if I'm on a date, I'll always wear it on my chest. I'm very like... in that sense. There's nothing that one is hiding really. But we're all not wired that way.
Fair.
Which
is what I wanted to know.
No, it's an interesting thing. Because I think even like maybe Tara and I, out of our entire friendship, the only one time we've only been like clicked together once at my birthday or something. It never comes up in conversation. So I think we're like purists.
No, absolutely. I'm going to jump into a quick rapid fire and ask you a few questions. We're going to play a fun segment. So I'm going to ask you, if you had to steal something from the following people, what would it be?
Okay.
So Janhvi.
I love her luscious locks. So I would steal all the hair products and mascaras that go into that.
Even Ananya recently told me the same thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Sarah?
I would steal this insatiable appetite to travel. I want the stamina to be able to see so many places in the world.
Pahadi girl.
I see her traveling all the time and I'm like, I want this stamina in me.
Suhana.
I mean, the obvious answer would be an evening in Mannat. I wouldn't say, just an evening in Mannat in Shah Rukh Sir's library.
Tara?
I want to steal her cooking skills.
Oh yes.
She can cook up feasts like unbelievable feasts and spreads. And I can barely make like a dal properly. So
Okay, we're happy with Maggie. One thing you'd like to change about the industry?
The way the tide turns. I feel like when something is hot, everyone starts like it becomes a little bit of bhed chal. Maybe just that.
Bhed chal is the word. One actor's journey you wish was yours?
Anushka Sharma, always and always.
Yeah,
since day zero. I have been her biggest fan and continue to be.
She's got the perfect professional and personal life.
Absolutely. And like, there's just so much I feel like when I hear her, I'm like, yes, I relate to so many things when I hear her talk. So
we miss her. I think it's time for her to come back. A director you want to work with?
Oh my God, so many. But Vishal Bhardwaj and Anurag Basu.
Awesome. What is the reason behind your skin? A lot of people, I've seen a lot of comments about your skin.
Honest answers only. I just like eating good food.
Okay.
Not every time. I've had these phases in my life, you know, when you're 16, 17 and your mind goes a bit off, where I've tried to diet.
Yeah.
And in that phase, my skin went for a toss, my hair started falling. So I've noticed that because I eat very sumptuous khana, even though it's ghar ka khana, but I'll eat chicken curry, dal, chawal, sabzi, everything.
Yeah.
That works like magic for skin and hair.
So, good meal.
Just nutritious food
Yeah.
overall, 100%. Because no product seems to be able to do what that
food
can.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely. Okay, I'm going to give you a few actors' names. So you have to tell me if you had to act in their film as their actress from their filmography, which one would it be?
Okay.
So Varun Dhawan.
But boys also?
No. So for example.
Oh, to be the girl with them.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought when I have to
No,
be
no,
Varun.
no, no, no.
I was going to say Badlapur. To play
Anna said
VD's
the
part.
Same thing. I literally just did this same, like a similar rapid fire.
Oh my
And your
God.
answer is the same. Yeah.
Wow,
Badlapur.
we think alike, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, so which film would I like to be with VD in?
From the films he has done.
Humpty.
Humpty. Yeah. Karthik.
I really like Lukka Chupi. So Lukka Chupi.
Yeah, it's a nice one. Siddharth Malhotra.
Well, the obvious, of course, but I wouldn't want. The fact that Sid and Kiara came out of Shesha, but Shesha is one of my favorite films of his.
Absolutely. And lastly, Vicky.
Oh, so many. But with Vicky, I would say, interestingly enough, love per square foot.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like for in terms of the girl and boy together, that was a beautiful.
Yeah, film.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anjana, for chatting with us. And I'm sure there's a lot coming in the future, which we're very excited about, and so are you. And
Yes.
we'll talk to you super soon.
Absolutely.
Thank you so
Aina.
much.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Sanjana Sanghi, and if you like this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.